We begin this Sunday morning with a huge show of support for community development and the arts in South Florida. The support comes in the form of grant money, critical grant money, for more than a dozen nonprofits in our area. The awards are courtesy of Bank of America Charitable Foundation. And here to talk more about these amazing dollars that change lives and how the money is put to good use is Maria Alonso. She's the Corporate Social Responsibility Market Manager for Bank of America in the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area. And also welcome to Stephanie Berman-Eisenberg, the president of CAR4 Supportive Housing, one of the nonprofits benefiting from the grant monies. And we know, CAR4, we consider you family here at CBS 4 and Channel 33. We've done so many stories. I've seen with my own eyes how lives are changed. Here we are at a time where the government dollars are shut down. People are really desperate. So these grant funds coming at this time, how critical do you think it is?
Oh, I think it's critical, and for all the reasons that you mentioned, Michelle, but I think that it's also so important to be engaged in what's happening in our community, because the truth is that beyond dollars, as important as they are, the engagement in being a part of the solution to so many people that are having incredible needs,
yes,
that are losing homes, that perhaps have lost jobs, that are food insecure. Those numbers are pretty staggering, and we, as a corporate citizen, feel it's our responsibility to be at the table because we're a stakeholder in our community's success.
And do you find, is there any pressure at all to reduce your grants, or did you keep getting a green light saying these are dollars that are not going to be withdrawn?
We get a green light. These are dollars that are not going to be withdrawn, and I have to say that over the last 4 years, when the economy has really taken a turn to the south,
yes,
our dollars have remained in place, and our partnerships have remained in place,
yes,
and we are so pleased to be able to support the work of nonprofits, of dozens of nonprofits in all of our communities, but in Miami-Dade and Broward.
It's more critical than ever. And I know because so many people come, for example, to CAR4 with an SOS. This person, who's been affected by so many other cuts,
right,
is desperate.
Right.
And what is it like to not only have your board of those who are advocates and all, but to have a board person from such a financial institution there that in a sense is a life raft?
It's exactly that. It's so important to us, and that's why the last couple of years, when government funding has not been there, we've really turned to our private partners, and it's been invaluable to our being able to continue providing the services that we provide.
Tell me, for those who don't know the name CAR4, I mean, we've studied it, I've been there with wonderful families. It really provides housing. And these are families that are engaged on every level. They have jobs, many have children who have disabilities. Tell us about what kind of services you are providing.
So CAR4 is a not-for-profit developer of affordable housing.
Yes.
But more so than just a developer, we actually provide a lot of supportive services to our families to make sure that they succeed. So we provide case management, employment and training services, financial literacy with the support of Bank of America, child care, basically anything that the family needs to remain successfully housed, we provide.
Do you have a waiting list?
We do, unfortunately. There's not enough.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important that we continue our partnerships with the government and as well as the private foundations to make sure.
Waiting list, that's a waiting list we don't want to have.
Exactly.
I know in large part, many of these grant monies go to also integrally involve the arts. And we asked about CAR4 because they're so near and dear to our heart. But tell us about the other organizations that your grant dollars are going to be going to this year that you think is critical.
So in the community development space, some of our other partners are the Cuban American National Council, Habitat for Humanity, Rebuilding Together Miami-Dade, and Rebuilding Together Broward. From an arts perspective, the nexus there is just the economic impact that the arts and housing have in the vitality of our communities. And so some of our partners in that are the Arts Center for the Performing Arts, the Florida Grand Opera, the Broward Center. So, but
Miami, our whole reputation, I think, is coming so up and being associated with art. And that only, as you said, brings more economic development. That whole idea that you mentioned, kind of financial education, even if it's as simple as really figuring out how to manage dollars that don't go far enough, how do you do that? Tell me about that kind of training.
My goodness, we have found that that is just instrumental, right? And I think that the economic downturn has really pointed to how important that is, and to really start at a young age, like with middle school kids, not to wait until you're an adult and all of a sudden you have a credit card and you don't even know how to use it.
Yes.
Or you don't know what the responsibilities are that come with credit, for
Yes.
instance. So we have teammates clearly that are bankers, that are experienced in the field, and we work through partners such as Carrefour. We also go into the school system.
That's wonderful.
And teach our kids about budgeting. Just
we might need to
basics.
send you to Congress in Washington because they might be able to take a couple of lessons too. But really what is happening in D.C. is having a tremendous impact, be it temporary or longer, on these families. Do you see a lot of fear in the eyes of the families coming to you now?
We
Because
do.
when 3 programs are affected and cut down, it really can shut down a family.
And we serve a lot of veterans, and even though their benefits have yet to be touched,
Yes.
there's a lot of fear and anxiety with our veterans.
What can the public do to support Carrefour independently of these grants?
We have volunteer activities throughout the year. Our website has some of them listed on there. And just come out. You can read a book to a child. You can participate in one of our financial literacy classes, or just support one of our families that need that support.
And we want to give a shout out because, you get these grants, but your own employees, and you have many of them, are very community conscious, and they actually donate to this fund.
Absolutely, they do. And so we have a matching gift program and have for many, many years. And the Bank of America Charitable Foundation matches dollar for dollar anywhere between $25 to $5,000 to nonprofits in our area.
That's fantastic. Well, kudos to you and your corporation and the charitable foundation aspect of it. And as we all know, it's needed more and more. And hopefully this brings some good smiles and some good help to families. Thank you both so much. We'll see you back here anytime.
Thank you, Michelle.